Hello everyone, welcome to my review of Transformers Robots in Disguise 2015. What kind of size class are you? Because I don't know. But I'm gonna call you Minicon Class Hammer. And first of all, this is not the coloration that you had in the show from looking on the TF Wiki. Apparently, this is not the coloration that you had. Because I don't actually remember if I ever saw that part. No, I did finish already 2015. I did finish that, so this is not what you look like in the show. It's just, that show is infinitely garbage. Also, happy 10-year anniversary to Transformers Robots in Disguise 2015. Even though I just said that it is garbage, which I'm gonna stand by. There's no denying that. That show is garbage. Yeah, it's still an anniversary, and we still have to celebrate it, even though I have a lot of other stuff planned for celebration, because, at the end of last year, I went a bit crazy. I went a bit overboard and did a couple of reviews, so they'll be coming out over the course of the year, just like this one and this, guys. This was also a this was also a Christmas present that I got from my mom. Now then, with all that out of the way, let's talk about plastic, shall we? And, yeah, paint. It's not really a lot on here, is there? Now, the thing is that we do have some nice details in the orange plastic here. We got a nice head that actually has some painted eyes, which I'm entirely surprised about. And we got the nice black wings that are actually painted. We also have some black on here, which, yeah, that's just for hinges and stuff like that. And then we have a Decepticon symbol that you can use in the Transformers Robots in Disguise video game. Which I actually hate calling a video game because it's a mobile game. And we don't call phone games video games. That is an insult to video games everywhere. And then this is what he looks like from the bottom. Sadly enough, there isn't really too much to talk about this guy. Because of the fact that he doesn't really... It's just... There's not a lot of paint. Also, this is a Minicon. There's not really a lot of articulation. However, we do get some articulation. You can technically flap the wings. Yay! We can flap the wings because of the transformation. However, we may not have a lot of paint or details that we can really talk about. We may also not have a lot of articulation. But what we do have is we have a lot of accessories to plug onto this guy. So how about we start plugging things on? Because, you know... What else can we do with this thing? So, we're gonna start with these things right here. We're gonna attach them piece by piece. So what you want to do is you want to have it look like this point needs to go on the outside. And then it will kind of hug the openings here in the wings. So basically just want to take this and then just wrap it around there and just tab it in. Do the same thing for the other side as well. Just like this. Then we want to take this big thing and that will go over its head. Don't you worry, Hammer. Here is your head guard. There you go. Then we have these things like kind of like shoulder cannons, which actually are shoulder cannons. As you can see right here, there are openings and you can just take the tab that's on the back here and just plug it on either side. I don't really know if there's a specific side. Also, this is actually supposed to look like this when you plug it on. It looks better on the wing. There you go. So you just want to take this and just plug it onto here. There you go. Then what you can do is you can take these missile pods and the tab that is on here is going to slide into the slot on the wing. And then this tab here at the front is also going to slide into the other slot. So basically you just want to, let's see here, how did this work again? Got a little bit confused there, but the tiny tab on here, this one that I'm pointing at right now, is supposed to go into that little hole right there. So you basically just want to take this, can be a little bit tricky, line it up and tab it in. Do the same thing on the other side as well. You want to take the big tab that is right here and plug it into that hole right here. And the other one will just line itself up after a little bit as well. Like so. And then finally this thing here is gonna go under here. So basically you just want to take the opening and then plug it on like this. In this specific position. And here he is fully armored up finally after I figured out how the wing ones were supposed to work. I guess the wing missiles. And he actually looks kind of cool-ish. I don't like the green, but outside of that, you know, it looks pretty cool. I like this. I like the fact that they are able to do this, and also it allows my video to be a tiny bit extended, because otherwise I would just have to turn this thing into a ball, roll him around, and call final thoughts. But yeah, I like it. However, I don't really get what this thing is for, though. This thing kind of just looks like he's pooping out kryptonite, and I don't think Superman's gonna be too happy about that one, so maybe you should kind of cancel it. However, this guy is a bad guy, so maybe the pooping of kryptonite is intentional, even though this thing just looks like it's coated in kryptonite, Superman's worst nightmare. But we have like 2 shoulder cannons here, we got some missiles here on the sides, we have, I don't know, I got nothing. We got a horn on the head, and then we got kryptonite poop. Sure. But overall, that actually looks pretty cool. I'm a big fan of the fact that he can do this. Now then, with that being said, let's just move you a bit to the sides. We can get the size comparison. So I think I'll do this in 2 parts. First, I'll bring in the little ones, and then I'll bring in the big ones. So, here are my other Decepticon minicons that exist. We have the one that comes with Fracture, whose name I forgot, and we have Back, who also on the Sundays is called Fourth. For some reason, don't ask me why. But yeah, this is what they look like together, and you know what? They look pretty cool. Now then, let's bring in the big boys. So here we have the remainder of the Decepticons. I have a couple more, but I didn't feel like grabbing them. But here we got the Decepticons of the RID line. And I don't know if these guys are accurate in scale. I don't really care, but this is what they look like. So let's get everybody out of here. Let's bring good old Hammer closer, and let's go into that transformation. Alright, let's transform Hammer into his ball mode. And first of all, what you want to do is you want to basically take all this and take it off of him, because of the fact that otherwise it's not really gonna work. And I know that the packaging says 1 step basically, but it is actually 2. Because first of all, what you want to do is you want to fold in the wings like so, and then take the wings and rotate them in, and everything else will start to move around it as well. And then tap it together like so. And here we have him in, I don't know. This kind of reminds me of like the Winged Dragon of Ra Sphere mode. So here he is in Sphere mode. So here we have good old Hammer in his Sphere mode. Oh, this didn't tab in fully. But here we have him in his Sphere mode, which is, yeah. Alright, now I have a little bit of an issue with this guy. I will also have an issue for whenever this review comes out. I will repeat it in that review. And that is the fact that this thing is, well, this thing can only be launched by Overload or Crazy Bolt from this line. I thought I could use this guy to launch him. That was a mistake, sadly enough, which I am actually very upset about. Now then, let's take a look at the ball mode, and overall, it's a pretty convincing ball mode outside of the, you know, spikes kind of protruding out and kind of ruining the whole balling motion. Can't really roll all that well with all these spikes poking out. But yeah, let's just look at this ball mode. It is sure as can be a sphere mode. I'm gonna call it sphere mode because of the, you know, like, look at this thing. Kind of looks like a little bit of a dragon, and you have the Winged Dragon of Ra sphere mode in Yu-Gi-Oh! Yeah, that's kind of where my reference comes from. But yeah, overall, he does his best to try and make a convincing ball mode. And he can roll a little bit, but then obviously gets blocked by this stuff. Now then, if you are wondering if this stuff can still fit on him, well, kind of. Starting off, we have these wing pieces that can actually, and also once again, Winged Dragon of Ra, but these wing pieces can still be attached on each side, like so. Then you got these, maybe not, these cannon things, who were supposed to go, I think it was here maybe? And they can't, sadly enough. You have this thing that was supposed to be attached to his tail, which also can. This thing is supposed to be attached to his head, which actually can still be attached, so that's nice. And then we have these things that can technically can still be attached in this mode as well. I just had to find out where, because I got a bit confused. But that was what happens when you're 29 years old. So this is basically what he looks like with all of this stuff attached. So it can still be attached. It's just these couple of things can't, sadly enough, because they require the openings that the dragon mode allows. So that's nice. Now then, we don't really have any articulation outside of, I guess, a little bit of rolling action. So we'll go straight into size comparisons. So let's bring in the minicons first before we bring in the big boys. So here we have the minicons, and sadly enough, Fracture is only allowed to shoot things that kind of look like this, otherwise it's not gonna work. But here he is with them, looking, I don't know, spherical. So let's bring in the big ones. So here we have the Decepticons that I showed off in the other section as well, but then in vehicle mode this time around. So let's get everyone out of here, and let's pull you in a bit closer, and let's go straight into that reverse transformation. So let's get this guy back into robot dragon mode. And initially I was thinking of taking these pieces, these green pieces, off of him. However, since they work in both modes, let's not say it shall be. So what we're gonna start off with is we're gonna untap the wings from in here. There you go. As you can see in here, there is a tab that goes into that slot right there, and you want to extend this fully. Then what you want to do is you want to make sure that the tail is also extended fully, and then you want to take the wings and rotate them out like so. Come on, don't be stuck. Thank you. Rotate it out, and I guess what we can do then is we can attach these pieces here and the final piece right down here. There we go, and here we have Hammer back in his robotic mood. So my final thoughts on the boy Hammer. What do I think about him? I think he's a fun little guy, but unless you are one of the 2 Robots in Disguise 2015 fans, I wouldn't really recommend him. He's a fun little guy, but also there is a better way to get the character of Hammer, because, which I forgot about when I made my Christmas list, but there is actually a Hammer figure that comes with either Overload or Crazy Ball, I think. But there is one that comes with a Minicon deployer, i.e. one of them, and that is a lot more worth the money than this thing, because this thing is sadly enough just a bit, I don't know, sad and overpriced as well. I don't really think it's worth it, but that's it. There you go. I wouldn't really recommend this guy at all. I would not, because of the fact that there is another version that comes with a Minicon deployer, which is a lot more worth for money. But that has been my review of Transformers Robots in Disguise 2015 Minicon Class Hammer. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on that bell, and comment your thoughts on this figure. And please check out my Let's Play channel, linked in the description and at the end of the video. I upload 3 videos every day of different games, but mainly Pokemon. And I'll see you guys in the next review. Bye!